Hi, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here again. And I want to talk to you on the subject matter about the Trumpers. We know that Donald Trump is a criminal. He has proved himself to be an evil man, a heartless, a compassionless man. And so we think that all of the people that cater to Donald Trump and Donald Trump's way of thinking are just like Donald Trump. And they might be just like Donald Trump. Everything that's negative about Donald Trump possibly is negative about them. And whatever created that negativity in Donald Trump is the same kind of thing that created it in those that followed Donald Trump. This didn't just happen. They were living in a system that failed them. Like the system failed so many people. It fails women. It failed men of color. But people do different things about it. In the 60s, I'm just using that as a time when I was living and young, they protested. They decided to do something about it. They decided to seek voting rights and things of this nature. They accomplished a few things. Now, today, women are being robbed, and what are they going to do about it? As far as those that follow Trump, they were being robbed. Robbed out of what? Out of the things that every individual soul knows that it is entitled to. They're entitled to peace and happiness and joy in life. Everybody knows they're entitled to that, and they know when they're missing it. They're entitled to having their dreams come true. They know that, and they know when they're missing it. And most of that would include making sure that those essentials for life, like food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, and those other things, are made available to them. And when they are being denied these things to the extent that they can really appreciate and enjoy them, then they are looking for solutions. They're looking for answers. Why these things are existing? They don't know the answer. They don't know what life is truly about. All they know is what they've been learned, and half of the stuff they've learned is to hate and to be racist and bigots and to do everything like lying and cheating and stealing. That's the way of the world. So they've embraced these things. This is what they know. And when they get tired, they want to do something about it. Some of the people. And these are what the Trumpers do. They want to do something about it. And we see what they've done about it. And now you got people trying to put them down, making jokes about what they're doing and how crazy they sound. And at the same time, they are making it possible for this system to continue by laughing at stuff that really means something else to other people. And get the public who are going through some of the same darn things, but have not made the decision to go as low as Trump. And here they are at odds. And the people who are talking about status quo, who are talking about traditional stuff, are not talking about that much in relationship to growth that would eradicate the need for people to feel so disgusted with the system. They're not trying to fix that. Nobody's trying to require them to fix that. Because to fix that, you got to go back to something that you've already denied the existence of, and that is God. Since you cannot see God, God is invisible, then humankind have decided that they will replace God with themselves. And in replacing God, they mean they got to separate people, make more people important, because this is how they themselves establish importance, by splitting it up, levels of who's important and who's not. And they're willing to go to any extremes to validate it, from everything negative, for lying, cheating, stealing, killing, terror, war, racism, and all these kinds of things. And ultimately, they're willing to kill. As the group of people that lost the election by trying to steal it in 2020 are willing, had been stating that they were going to take Democrats who were in office and take them down on Gitmo somewhere and kill them. I mean, they were actually talking about that. But in Russia, they're not just talking about it. They are over there going over there trying to kill Ukrainians. This is all the kind of stuff that we're living in. These are the systems of the world. But the only solution to it is God. God's way is the only way that could give the satisfaction that each person, each individual, each human being demands, requires. And not only that, make them eligible to it by being engaged in a process that creates all of these wonderful things of life. And see, ladies and gentlemen, it's like living on earth in heaven. And you don't owe anybody one penny. You're not in debt to anyone. You don't need to go and get a loan from anybody. All you have to do is engage yourself in a career that you have chosen that gives you your greatest joy. And everything else that man can create is there at your disposal anytime you decide that you want it, need it, or desire. But as long as we reject God and keep on pushing money, this message that I'm sharing with you right now, you won't hear it. But I want you to know this, that you are not laughing at Donald Trump alone. You might think you are, but really you're being laughed at yourself. Why? All of the people got different degrees and different things that bothers them. You might hear somebody say, well, this politician is against, is for abortion, and this politician is against abortion. And right now, that seems like that's your only focus. Now, what you're getting on the side and all around, you're not even focusing on. You don't care. And what you are doing is allowing a whole system to continue that is not representative of your true will. And that is because you are not representing God. And you're not representing God because you don't know anything about God. Who's going to teach you about God? Reading a book is not going to teach you about God. Reading a book only tells you what somebody has said about God. And those who talking to you about God just reading that book and trying to explain to you different ways, Methodist, Baptist, Catholic, and all the other kind of stuff, how you might see that. But none of them are telling you about God. Why? Because they don't know God. Plain and simple. And so why aren't people telling you, since I know God, about what I say? They are not telling you because there's no money in it. You can't sell this. Look, I've done DVDs. I've done them by the hundreds. I've done brochures. I've done everything. But I can't sell them to you. Why can I sell you what was given to me freely? I'm not going to sell you that. That's just like a person telling you they got cancer out there and got a cure for cancer, but they won't give you the cure because there's money in it. And then someone else comes up and say, Big Pharma don't want you to have this medicine, but I've come up with a plan that will make it easy for you. It's so simple, so simple. All you got to do is pay me a little money. Ain't that something? Why not just make sure that you got it so you don't have to be sick? Well, that's the way of the world. I'll leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. I think you might have gotten my message. At least I hope you did. Until next time, Eddie Marcus say goodbye for now.